New game. It's been so long since I actually played this, I don't really remember anything about it. Alright, what remains of Edith Finch? Oh. Wait, what? How do I...
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Okay. Oh, hey, sensitivity is much higher. Alright, let's see here.
My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
The house. Ooh, great. Horror house. Great
Someone
start.
had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
Uh-huh. Can I... Okay, that's zoom. That's also zoom. There's 2 different buttons for zoom. Why, game? Oh, there's 3 different buttons for zoom. This is great.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Houses where you're not allowed inside rooms never made sense to me. Wait, what? Can I?
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Alright. I mean, wait, what? Okay, okay, this is me. Is this a VR game? Nah. Or maybe? Wait, hold on, I gotta look this up. What remains of Edith Finch? Is this a video game? No. Wait, it's about a general discussion? Back in 2017? Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, no, alright. Development started before Oculus was even a Kickstarter. Huh. Alright. Not a VR game.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
No trespassing. I hear Froggo. Froggo? Can't see a Froggo.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Okay. Left or right? You know what? I'm going right. Game, can I run? Nope, that just zooms.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
I do like the voice. The voice is very nice. Oh, hi, dear. And he is yeeted right into the forest. Can I follow you? No. Nope.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Okay, hold on. If you inherit a house... Oh, wow, okay.
The house was exactly like I remembered it. The way I'd been dreaming about it.
The fuck? Look at this house! It's like a house built from that my next door neighbor's evil game or whatever it's called. missing poster. Am I supposed to be taking a closer look at stuff? There's a car here. There is a dragon? The hell? Alright, let's go inside.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
If I was a child and I saw this house, you would not be able to stop me from going anywhere. Like, this entire house just screams adventure to anyone below the age of, like, 13.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Oh, okay.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
So what am I supposed
Looking
to...
in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Uh-huh. Alright, living house. Waiting with anticipation. Can I open this? Oh. Can I open this? Oh.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left.
No ice cream.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Alright, I'm gonna be honest.
But
I
instead
do
of a
like
family,
this kitchen.
there were just memories of one.
Loving memory of Louis, Bishop, Edith, Eddie, Louis, and Dawn. Okay. Like, there seems to be a lot of dishes to be done.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
I have only gotten delivery once because I wanted to test it. It felt too expensive. I just wanted to test it.
Or how after
Otherwise,
Louis
I
started
always buy
working
it
at the
and just go
cannery,
get
we
it.
all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Apple pie. Ooh, let's see. 6 cups of sliced peeled tart apples, 2 tablespoons of water, lemon juice in the apple pie. What? Sugar, brown sugar, flour, cinnamon, nutmeg. The fuck is nut? Okay. Ground ginger, salt, and crust. I'm gonna be honest, that does not sound like an apple pie I would eat. Right, so I seem to be kind of hunting for the speech bubble thingies.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Great-Grandpa Sven?
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
flat screen TV.
Even the fireplace had a story.
Oh, okay.
Edie
Not what
told
I
me
was
the
focusing
bricks
on.
came from the original house after it sank.
Although I do like this fireplace. It looks like... Wait, whoa. Okay, wait, hold on. That... does not look... Is this fireplace broken? Like, look at that. Oh, I guess not. Okay, never mind. But yeah, looks cozy. And with these windows... Yeah, I'd chill out here. Don't think I'd stack the TV on books, though. There's a lot of books here. Yeah.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Alright, I think that's everything here for now. And I hate the fact that the button I usually use to run or move faster just zooms in. Anything in the hallway? Yeah, here's something.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Great. Can I unlock the door? No? Eh.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
What is going on here? Wow. Talk about a sealed door. Alright, moving up, I guess.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
What? Wait, so...
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Secret patch. Okay. Can I... Oh, hey. The key fit.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Holy shit, are you kidding? What is this?
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Wow. You know what, before I go in there, I'm gonna take a look around out here, just to see if I miss anything. Wait, there's there's peepholes.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Okay, hold up. So this building has... How do I... Can I... Okay. So this building... 1937 to 1947... It keeps everyone's rooms untouched. And then adds new ones? Wow. Not sure whether that's awesome or kind of weird.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Barbara? Barbara Finch. TV star, apparently. Alright.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
What? Who? This building is weird. Okay, so here's Barbara, 44 to 60. So she only got to be 16 years old. They're dying very young.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Uh-huh.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Okay, hold on. So Odin and I feel like their ancestors came from Scandinavia. Okay, okay, Sven and Eddie. Sven, 1915. And Eddie, 2000. Oh, wow, okay, so Eddie was 93 years old.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
And Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Oh, yeah, that's totally normal. Wait, this is a bathroom? Why is Gregory's name and death on the bathroom? You know what? I'm not even gonna. Calvin, who only got to be 11 years old. What? Why is everyone dying so young?
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Right. Great. Right, that's everything. Let's start adventuring, I suppose.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Alright.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Okay, what?
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
What the hell?
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Okay.
Mom, can I come out now?
We're locked in.
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Wait, we're locked in? Or this little girl is like, this is kind of fucked up, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, this is fucked up. Let's see, anything else? The bed. No. Fish. Oh.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
You thought about eating the goldfish? I barely see anything here. Alright. Let's see here. Do not drink out. How short is this person? Like, what?
I kept eating and eating.
Oh, not the toothpick. Ooh. Ah, God, I can taste it in my mouth. No, thank you. I'm not even gonna look at the toilet.
I ate a lot of things that night.
I hope those weren't plastic. I really do. Now what? No, not the toilet. Not even gonna look inside the toilet.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly...
Oh, okay, we're dreaming.
I was a cat.
We're dreaming. Alright, it's fine. It's okay, we're dreaming. How do I... Can I... What is this? I'm crouching. Am I crouching? I'm jumping.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
And it sounds like we have a fellow. Where'd it go? I see you.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Because I'm a cat. Gotcha now, bird. Nope, okay. Or not. I'm gonna get you.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up,
Oh shit!
and suddenly I was an owl.
Oh, what?
First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Little teeth, grass, bird, hunting.
Rabbits.
Rabbits. Ah, gotcha! Ah, gotcha, bitch!
I imagined his face looking up and seeing
Oh,
mine
okay,
through my
okay.
hands.
Ugh.
I
Ah.
swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then
Wow.
I flew off to find something bigger.
So this little girl's dream are kind of disturbing. Not gonna lie. Bigger than a bunny. So,
A mama rabbit.
okay, another one. All right, let's go. Gotcha, bitch.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
Okay, so this is starting to sound like a nightmare.
And suddenly, I was a shark.
What? Wait. That got weird. Hello? Hello? What is happening? What is... Okay, I'm... Can I... No? Can I roll? I'm trying my best here. Yeah, okay, here we go. Shark away! Ow.
I rolled
Ow,
off the
okay.
cliff and into the ocean.
Wow.
Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Heading. How do I go down? How do I? Here, okay, here we go. I saw something. I see.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Yeah. You're mine. You're mine. Gotcha.
I tore off her flipper and it tasted really good.
What? Little girl, there's something wrong with you. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Come back here. Food. Food? I hear something to the left. Okay, so just keep going. There it is. It's blood. Get over here. Where'd it go? What? Oh, come on. This is really hard to aim. There is.
Grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Uh-huh. Am I still a shark? What the hell? What the hell? What is this? What is...
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Okay. I guess.
was big, but I moved real quiet.
Did we just yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty fucked up.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
I hear drunk singing. Yep. I guess we're eating people now. Yep. I cannot move. No, I didn't. Yeah. I can't do it. Hello? Did I just soft lock the game? Boy. Yeah, I'm stuck. I guess I wasn't supposed to get it from the beginning. Can I restart? Is there a... No. There's not. Yeah, I can't do anything. Am I gonna have to start over from the beginning? Are you kidding me? I guess I am. Wait. Can I quit and then continue? Hold on, I'm gonna try to restart the game and see if I can start over from a checkpoint or something. Wait, is it play? Is it gonna start from the beginning?
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that.
I'm just gonna start at the beginning, with the house.
It is starting from the beginning. Right. Okay. Okay. Alright. Guess I'll try again. And don't go under the bench. Next time I'm a tentacle monster.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't
I was
allowed
expecting
inside
myself to
half
say
the
that ever.
rooms.
Alright. I guess we're just gonna speedrun up to that part.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Can I save? No, I cannot save.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. The truth is, Even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do.
That's not true. I can hear the wind in the woods. I can hear froggos.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. The house felt like it had always been here. Even the swing set was older than my mother.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Wait, it's saving! It said saving! Can I load a game somehow? No. No, I can't. The fuck?
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Alright.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Ah, is that saving again?
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Alright, let's try this thing. Wait, what? No, open up.
December 13th,
Alright, let's try this again.
1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Alright,
The
let's
gerbil
go
food
through
was
this.
dry, but I didn't mind it. I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
No, let go. Okay, bird won't spawn. Guess I have to go in and eat the toothpaste.
I kept eating and eating.
Yeah, gross.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Alright, bird.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
And kitty cat.
And suddenly, I was a cat.
Let's go. Speed
I
run
tried
this
to
shit.
be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Not even gonna care about the parrots. Alright, let's go. Oh, you can jump.
I jumped and I almost got her.
Okay. Hold
I
on.
could tell she was getting really tired.
Yeah.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Like over here, I think.
Rabbits.
Yep.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
No, another bunny.
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Oh yeah, great. Let's trick the shark right here. Rolling. Don't get stuck on trees. Ah shit. Alright, let's try to. Okay, here we go. Let's go.
I rolled off
Ow.
the cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Gonna get you.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water.
And we're back.
When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Okay, so this time. Okay, great. That one got much better. Yeah, okay, up here. And
After
get
the
there.
last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Okay.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Like, either this kid's imagination is pretty gruesome, or, you know what? I don't even know. Oh, gross. Okay. Wait, is this our toilet? Yeah, this was our toilet. Ah, no.
I got closer and closer.
Is this our bed, I believe?
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
What? That is fucked up.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Wow. Okay, so
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
Uh-huh. Can I? No. Uh-huh.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Huh. Sven. Dragon kills Finch. Yeah, crap. Okay.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Great.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Did I? Okay, I think I skipped something.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room was like a museum.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Oh, great.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
This house is pretty awesome.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. he never put it down. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore he'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
What?
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here.
Yeah.
But I doubt. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Great.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
This house is weird.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
Right.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Oh, shit.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned.
This is not
So
going to be a good
Barbara
ending.
went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Rick? Are you okay? This isn't funny.
This music is copyrighted, I swear.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Oh yeah, let's go.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Ew.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh! Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Yeah,
Then
not cool,
act
dude.
furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She
Yeah.
threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Late Picture Show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Oh, little brothers.
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and... was speechless.
Thanks,
Quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
What?
And she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night.
I feel like this is an episode of like...
hiding under his bed the whole
time.
Yeah,
of course it was.
He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story.
Like this
As
is
for
a
Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all
comic
they
book
ever found
version of
her.
Tales from the Crypt.
Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Oh. Not gonna lie, I'll probably use that pun at some point.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Right. Happy ending. Well, as far as I can tell, or remember from this game, I don't actually meet anyone else. The entire game is pretty much just remembering the family. And figuring out what happened to certain people. Wait, how do I get it? Can I open this door? Nope.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Come on. Yeah, alright, here we go. No, come on. And there we go.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Right.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. This
house is, Well, start with really dark. Can I? Graphics, brightness. Yeah, let's raise that a bit so we can see what we're doing.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories...
Wow. So,
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
It seems like it. Alright, let's see what's up with Walter.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
What?
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
That does not look good.
And then one
I don't know what it
day,
is.
everything just
2005?
stopped.
Five?
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Yeah.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's a nut. Okay.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin.
Yeah, this
Maybe this is all a mistake.
No luck.
But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left.
Wait, who am I gonna kill?
Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Oh shit! Right. So
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Was living down. Wow. Okay. How do I close it? Oh. That's kind of fucked
I'm sure
up.
my mom was trying to protect me.
This house just keeps getting weirder and weirder. The upkeep must be insane. Oh, wait. Oh,
Maybe she
oh,
was afraid
I thought I
I'd
was
end up
close.
liking
The
it
hat's
there.
behind me.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house,
Well, I
I
mean,
can only imagine what else she was hiding.
I bought it on Steam. It's not even a Swedish game.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Right, train tracks. I
Now that there's only
shouldn't
one
stay on
that's
these.
left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself
It still zooms.
and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Wait, where the fuck did the train come or go? I am so confused. Like, what?
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the
Just
house,
let me run.
had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
I mean, these days.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Oops.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Am I supposed to see something in particular?
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh. Okay.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Yeah, clearly. Wait, no, I don't think I was done in there. Here we go.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything? It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
Aw. You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
How do I get out of this? Oh.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still while I take a picture.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of it.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot,
wow. That's kind of effed up.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
That is seriously messed up.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about—
Dad!
What? Wow! That's...
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Why?
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Oh, crap,
He saw
okay.
things the rest of us don't.
I don't remember how to do this.
Vacuum's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like.
Oh, wait, I remember this now. Oh,
Reminded me
shit.
so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw. It sure made him happy. I know how silly it sounds. That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
What?
I wish you could have told us.
Oh, yeah, that's what I
Not the
remember.
one we saw. everything.
So the baby drowned. Okay.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
These are kind of dark.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Right. Okay.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. Rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Yeah, no, pretty fucked up.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back and to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good, almost normal, but it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings. Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh, come on.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Okay, so I'm missing...
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
I'm missing her moms. Maybe it's further up.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on. Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Wonderland Turbo. That is a console I have never heard of. These do look like PlayStation memory cartridges, though.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Fish, okay. Whoa.
He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
This is pretty
But
fucked
he took
up.
it very seriously.
I don't know what this is. It seems to be happening in America, though, so...
I had hoped he'd find himself.
It's so weird. I'm doing two things at the same time. I'm controlling the little stick figure, and I'm doing the whole hand and fish thing.
But he found something more.
Oh, it just turned 3D.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Louis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Louis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Louis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger.
What the hell am I doing?
He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. and he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Yeah. Alright, it's got dark here as well.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Oh boy.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Of which none has a face.
wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown.
Oh no.
There was only one thing left to do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this family has a very...
Bend down his head.
Yeah, it has a history of mentals. This is dark.
And the rest I think you know.
Ew.
Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
God damn. Dr. Emily Nuff. Psychiatrist named Nuff.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Right, I'm missing Dawn and Eddie.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Right. Oh, really? They got childhood pictures of everyone. Ugh. Is that a game? Doggone. Penny Dreadful Stories. Yeah, I think I missed one that had to do with space. Scarred for life too. Trick or treat, smell my feet. What? The end. Yeah, I think I missed Edie and Dawn, but I've gotten them in other playthroughs. Oh, I'm gonna call it quits there. I'm hungry. I need to eat something. Thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you around.